Hey you witches, how you doing today? We're back with another video, and today I have a bit of a witchy haul for you. Now, to preface everything, I really hate the term witchy haul. It makes it sound like in order to be a witch, you need to haul stuff. You need to have stuff. You need to accumulate. And witchcraft isn't about the stuff. It's not about the things, it's about the doing. And so I struggle a bit, but the algorithm likes the term witchy haul, and I guess that is sort of what it is. Because I do have a bit of a collecting habit, and I thought you all might be sort of interested in what I have picked up recently. Hay House, the publisher Hay House, had a big 50% off everything on their site sale at the end of August, and I got 3 new books and 3 new decks. And I've also recently been thrifting and found a couple of pieces that I thought would be really cool to incorporate into my practice. So I want to share that all with you. Before we get into it though, for those of you who are new around here, welcome to the channel. We talk about all things witchcraft. My name is Taya. And for those of you who are returning viewers, maybe coming in from another video, welcome back. I so appreciate the support. Thank you. And all of you, please consider subscribing. It's a really great way to help us build the channel. So, fun witchy haul. I'll start off with the books. So there's 3 books. The first one, what's the word? It's supposed to be a beginner book, and I'm kind of like, I don't really need a new beginner book, but I have high hopes for it. It is by a woman named Juliet Diaz. She is Cuban, and she has some really great works. The Altar Within, which is about decolonizing your witchcraft, and I've really enjoyed her other works, and I thought I would really like to get my hands on Witchery, which is her sort of introduction to witchcraft book. I would like to check it out. I'm hoping it's maybe not quite so Wiccan flavored. It might be a little bit more traditional leaning. So I thought it would be interesting to check out and see if it might be a book worth recommending. So that is Juliet Diaz, her book Witchery. I mean, it was $9, guys. Can't say no to that, right? Now the next book, I'm a little unsure of. I'm not sure. We'll see. It was kind of that looks interesting. You know what? It's like, I think it was like $10. I'm like, whatever, I'll grab it. It's called Psychic Navigator, and it's by somebody named John Holland. Cool looking book. I like the cover. I read the little blurb. I'm like, yeah, that sounds kind of interesting. And I think it looks good. Now, perusing the chapters in the book, I noticed that one of the chapters, chapter 6 on spiritual batteries, is all about chakras. So I'm not sure how good of a fit this is going to be. I don't really do chakras. I know many witches do, but there's a white man writing about chakras, and that to me is a little, I'm concerned it's a little appropriative. So, and it doesn't necessarily fit my practice, but I think there might be some good information in here. So that is Psychic Navigator, Harnessing Your Inner Guidance by John Holland, the best-selling author of The Spirit Whisperer and Born Knowing. So I'm not recommending this book or not recommending it. I don't know. Should be an interesting read, one way or another. And the one book that really caught my eye, and I thought this looks fascinating, is by a woman named Asha Frost. And it's called You Are the Medicine, 13 Moons of Indigenous Wisdom, Ancestral Connection, and Animal Spirit Guidance. And I would really like, I think it's very interesting. I'd like to see sort of an indigenous perspective on more witchy spirituality. So I thought that was really interesting. You Are the Medicine. And I'm gonna check that out. She's an indigenous medicine woman and a member of the Chippewa of Nawash First Nations. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, if you're gonna learn about indigenous practices, learn it from indigenous peoples, right? So those are the 3 books. We'll see if I think they're good, you'll end up seeing a review somewhere on this channel for them. Now, let's get into the decks, because kind of got mixed results. So I'm excited. This one I'm kind of like, sure, it looks cool. It is a tarot deck. It's the Transient Light Tarot by Ari Weisner. I think it looks interesting. I love it comes in a very solid little box. And it's got this cute little book that fits inside that kind of gives you all the, you know, the definitions and all that good stuff. And the cards themselves, I just really like the artwork. They're very simple, very basic. He does have a few takes, like instead of the Empress and the Emperor, he's got the Revealer, the Nurturer and the Defender. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Instead of the Priestess would be the Revealer. And the Defender, yeah, they're really interesting. So I thought it was an interesting take on the tarot. And again, I really like the sort of muted colors. For his 4 suits, they've got wands, which are actually represented, here's like the 4 wands, almost like a smoke bundle. So I thought that was kind of interesting, that the wands, so to me that speaks more of like, I mean, it's creativity and inspiration, but I also see protection in that and cleansing. So that's kind of interesting. The next one, instead of cups, is vessels. So some of them do actually have like cups, but like here's the 7 of vessels. Right, all different kinds of sort of woven baskets. Thought that was kind of interesting. And then there's the swords, just like usual. He's got the swords. And what was the final one? Is coins. So similar to pentacles, but coins. And in the decks, rather than the, I think typically you see like the page, the knight, the queen, the king, they've put in the, so here's like of coins, it's the Apprentice of Coins, the Champion of Coins, the Keeper of Coins, and the Crown of Coins. So it goes Apprentice, Champion, Keeper, and Crown for each of those suits, each of those 4 suits. And then these are really cute. They just put in these like past, present, future cards that you could use for to do your reading, which I thought was kind of nice. So they've got a nice feel to them. They're very sturdy. They come in this really nice, like very sturdy box. So that'll be nice to keep everything together. Whoops. Everything just fits right inside, which I really like. One of my older decks, right, it's got like a big book that came with it, and you can't keep it together. And I love these ones where they have the little books that fit inside now. So that is Transient Light Tarot by Ari Weisner. The next one that I picked up that I am super excited about is Star Codes Astro Oracle. Star Codes Astro Oracle by Heather Roan Robbins, artwork by Lucas Lua de Souza. These are gorgeous. It's an oracle deck. It's a 56 card oracle deck. And this is like the backs of the cards, which I love. I think that's beautiful. And then again, it has like a little book that fits inside this like super sturdy box. And this is really cool. So it goes through first, this is Aries. So it goes through each astrological sign. Then it has got some sort of more oracle card things like dignified, debilitated, retrograde. So again, then we're getting into retrograde, like the planets, right? Solar calm, solar flares. Then it goes into the planets, the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, etc. Then it goes into things like Chiron, South Node, North Node, Ascendant, Midheaven, Descendant. And then it goes through the houses, the first house, the second house, the third house, the fifth house, etc. These are just, I'll show you in a second. They're gorgeous cards. And then it has conjunction, trine sextile, opposition, square, semi-square, quincunx, transits, and progressions. So the way that the different planets interact with each other. So I thought it was a really interesting deck. So I've already showed you Aries. So Aries, and then here, just for an example, here's Mars, and they almost go together, right? Here's like the Descendant card. Let's see who else, we'll just randomly cut them. Dignified Strength. There's Fifth House. Fifth House Passion. 12th house, introspection. I mean, aren't these beautiful cards? I really, and I just really like the possibilities that they bring with the planets and the zodiac signs and how things are interacting and what house they're in. And you could do some really interesting readings with these. I haven't really looked into the book too much to see. It gives you some spreads. It says divide the deck up into its categories and pull a card from each group and read the results like a sentence. So that's kind of interesting, right? And then you can look up what each one means. So I'm kind of excited about that. I've really wanted to learn more sort of astrology-wise, and I thought this might be a great way to sort of get inspired. So that's the Star Codes Astro Oracle by Heather Roan Robbins. Kind of an interesting one. And then finally, I'm having some mixed feelings on this one. This is the Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Michael John Free. Artwork by Lisbeth Cheever Gesseman. Gorgeous. This had me. This card here had me. This big moon with the woman with her, you know, hand up, it's sparking a star, and she's got antlers. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so my jam. Again, comes with a cute little book, great box that it's in. This is the back of the cards. I'm not particularly plussed over it. Just kind of is like whatever. And then it has their oracle cards. So animals, answers, beauty, blessings, boundaries, career, clarity, on it goes. And I'm going to be honest, the other artwork, I'm not overly, I don't know. I don't do a lot of like, that one's okay. But there's a lot of like these sort of ladies of the moons, if you will. And I don't know, it doesn't particularly speak to me. I'm a little bit more abstract, I think, in the colors are maybe a little bit too bright for me, a little too rainbowy. Closure. But I mean, again, I don't think they're like bad. And there are some like gorgeous cards. I love this one. That one kind of speaks to me. I don't know. She looks sort of indigenous. I like that. So yeah, I'm really torn. I mean, it's kind of a diverse deck, right? Fertility. She looks Indian, East Indian. So, you know, there's like, I'm kind of torn. I don't know. Some of it I like, some of it I don't. You know, like this doesn't really speak to me. Healing in this girl, I don't know. I'm not really big on white girls on cards, you know? But like the inspiration card, that's beautiful. I really like that, you know? Maybe it's just like a darker aesthetic. So we'll see. I'm going to play with it a little bit. Here's Manifestation is the card from the cover. Love it. I love, 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 love that. And I mean, obviously they would have shown a few cards on the listing. So it's not like I didn't know what I was getting into. So I don't know. I don't know what, I mean, this is a cool one, Psychic Abilities. So yeah, I'm kind of mixed on this deck. I'm not sure. It doesn't look quite how I thought it would, but not in a, you know, it's not necessarily bad. It's just kind of like, I don't know if I'm feeling it. So we shall see. But I do, some of these cards I really think are just gorgeous. So we'll see. And it actually has, like, in the book, a way that you can sort of build spells using these cards. It is the Spellcasting Oracle cards. So that's kind of interesting. So those are the three decks, the Transient Light Tarot, Star Codes Astro Oracle, and the Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Michael John Free. And then I've sort of been hitting up the thrift stores lately. And I got a couple of fun pieces for a steal of a deal. So for $8, I got this case. And I mean, it's super old school. It's kind of vintagey. It's got like a little clip on the top. And then when you open it, it's just like a little carrying case, but it's hard-sided, right? Almost like a little mini suitcase. And I thought that wouldn't this be good to make like a little witch bag to go? I've always wanted to make a little witch bag to go that I could kind of just take in my car when I'm going places, so it can take when I go camping. That just has sort of some base, you know, basic stuff in it. And I've had sort of a similar to-go bag, but it's always sort of soft-sided and everything's all lumped in. Or then I had like a box, but it doesn't have a handle, and then the box was kind of big, so then I couldn't fit it in my bag, and I just thought this is like just the perfect size, you know, just the perfect size to put some things in and carry and have them stay organized. And I love that it's like hard-sided, and yeah, so that was my first find. I thought that would be really fun for, you know, a little witchy to go kit. Keep a deck of cards in there, right? Just, you know, all that fun stuff. And then finally, what you've all been looking at is this little guy. I love chests of drawers. And I saw this and I thought that's really cool. But often it's like, they're like jewelry, right? So they've got like all the little velvet padded things. This isn't. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers. And all of them are like this inside. They're just like a chipboard inside. And every drawer is like this. And I thought, isn't this awesome? I could organize so much stuff in here. 6 drawers times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 compartments in each. That's 30 compartments. So, you know, you could do like, have one drawer that's like different colors of chime candles. You could have one drawer that's got like maybe incenses, one drawer that's got lighters and charcoal tabs and stuff like that, right? Like it would organize really nicely. So I'm kind of excited to see what I can do with this. My office space, my altar space is a hot mess right now. So I can't really show you what I'm going to do with it yet because there isn't really a space for it. But I have another chest that's like basically 6 drawers that I thought I could take the stuff out of there and resort it into here, and it would be a little bit neater. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I just thought it was really fun. A really fun chest, just like how all the drawers have these really neat divisions, and it's not like velvety, so you can even do herbs in here, right? I don't know, I have all my herbs in jars. I don't really keep them loose in drawers, but right, I could do herbs or teas or all kinds of different things. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that find, and some great tarot decks and some new books, and yeah, just thought I'd share it with you guys because it's kind of fun to be like, hey, I got new stuff and I'm sort of excited. Yeah, just some new stuff to kind of get my fall kicked off and going well. So thanks so much for hanging out, you guys. Do you have any questions about any of this stuff? Do you have any cool new things you've gotten? Leave us a comment. Let us know. Let's have some chats over it. And otherwise, yeah, that's our video for today. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much, you guys.